All right, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at a cordless, brushless polisher that was sent to me by a company called Popoman. And I'll tell you what, this is one of the few times you may want the Popo up inside your garage. But anyway, Popoman reached out to me and said, Jeremy, I think this will be a good fit. And due to several viewer requests that they reached out to me and said, Jeremy, I want to do some light weekend warrior polishing, and I don't want to spend $500-600 on the Rupes and all the pads and all the bull that goes with it. I'll tell you what, but I want to just be clear right up front. If you're a full-time professional detailer and you want the best equipment you can get, don't look any further, man. Go to the Rupes, I'll put a link down below, and just go straight to that. If you're a weekend warrior that wants to do some side projects or just maintain your own vehicles and you're looking to do it on a budget, this might be your ticket, man. But when they reached out and said, Jeremy, this is a good fit, I'm gonna be the judge of that. I'm gonna test that thing hard right now. Let's get it out and actually see what's in here. All right, the Popoman comes in a nice bag. It all fits in a compact little area. It comes with some pads, microfiber towel. I'm not sure the quality of this. We got tons of these. I'm not worried about that. All right, here's the polisher. Here's what really matters. And right away, it looks like a decent build. I don't see any problems with it at this point. Comes with a battery. 20 volt. They claim that the battery lasts for 30 minutes. I'll test that out and I'll give you my feedback on that too. Some more pads and a battery charger. Now we always want to top this off before we get started. And it does come with these handles, and it shows it on the front of it. I mean, we're not in car detailing. We're not really in there with all this grinding down on it. So these, for me, we don't need those. Typically with polishing, we're just going to have a light handle up front and just let the polisher do the work. Now let's plug this thing in and see what it's got. Good solid connection there. I would say the balance point on this, let's see. There it is, right around the trigger. It's reasonable. It feels good in the hand. It's not heavy. Let's check it out for noise. I would say the noise levels, medium to high in my opinion. It's got a little bit of motor noise. The vibration is, it's reasonable. If I was to be doing 8 hours of polishing a day, maybe I wouldn't want to feel this type of vibration. But man, at the time of the filming, this was $175, I think. Man, that's pretty fair. So I want to see the usefulness of this because I don't really need cordless here. I got plugs every 4 feet around my entire shop. So cordless isn't really a huge factor to me. But for some people, man, maybe they want to get out there and they want to just do some touch up, or in a mobile scenario, maybe this would fit the bill, man. I don't know. Let's give it a try and see what happens. All right, we got it all washed up, and now we're going to hit it with an IPA wipe. Make sure we get anything off of there that was on there from the past. A good shake. And the polisher feels nice. I mean, the noise level is reasonable. I've heard some people say it's loud, but I'm not experiencing it. Now, it doesn't have variable speed in the trigger, but it does have variable speed here in the clicker. So what I like to do with this one, put it on, hit the constant on button, then you can play with the speed, but I just like it wide open. It's laying down some real nice snake skin for us. I feel like a lot of people, you know, they overcomplicate this and they want to make a giant thing out of it. Anybody can do it. You just got to come in easy and do small areas. Manage your expectations. I can already tell this is coming out unbelievable, man. You know, minus the deep, gnarly bobcat scratches. One more pass just for good measure. All right, the Popoman. What did I think about the Popoman? Normally, I don't want the Popo in the garage. But in this case, Popo can have a place in the garage. Man, when I first got it out, the one thing I noticed is how evenly balanced it is. I'm kind of surprised with that. Once I put the polishing pad on it, the battery in place, it just lays in your hand really nice. That's a good thing. That's well thought out. That means they managed the weight on the head and the battery to kind of be even, to keep the fatigue down. That's cool. Now another thing that's cool about it, when it's laying level like that and the pad is flat, the battery's got some good clearance. That gives you some good working room without having to worry about bumping the paint. Another thing they did, which I thought was cool in that regard, is they've protected this with some rubber. It's not super soft, pretty sturdy, but it's definitely rubber. It's not plastic. So man, if you did happen to bump it, there's a good chance you might not do any damage, even though I wouldn't bump it, man. You know I wouldn't. But let's talk about the battery. When they sent me this kit, it only had one battery. That gave me 30 minutes of working time. That's what they claimed, and man, it did. It did 30 minutes. The trouble was, after that 30 minutes was up, I was dead in the water, man. And you know I like to keep working, man. So my recommendation for this would be, get a second battery, man. At this price point, I think it would be worth getting a second battery. You could have one on the machine, one on the charger. You could polish, swap, and man, you'd end up getting a couple good hours out of this kit. And I think that's the one room for improvement that it has for sure. All right, let's talk about the motor. When I first turned it on, I felt like it had a little bit of vibration to it. But once I put the pad on it, put some polish on it, and put it on the paint, it started gliding around really nicely. It was effortless. So I felt like that the vibration was minimal. And with the amount that you'll be using this machine, I don't think fatigue is going to be an issue. The sound, when I first turned it on, I noticed, man, I wouldn't say it was loud, but it had some noise to it that I felt like would require some hearing protection. I always wear hearing protection whenever I'm polishing or running any power tools if I can help it. I know I didn't have it on today because I was doing a video for you guys and I wanted to hear myself think. And I couldn't. But I would definitely consider the hearing protection, but overall it's not that loud either. If I was running this in my garage, I don't think it would be upsetting the neighbors. It wouldn't be upsetting anybody in the house. It's reasonably quiet, but just consider the hearing protection. Another thing, when I pulled the trigger, this is an all or none trigger. So once you pull it all the way on, you press this button, it stays running. You can pretty much let go, so you're not sitting there squeezing it like crazy. And then you adjust the speed of the motor with this thumb switch, which is fine. There's a lot of polishers like that. So I tend to run this at full speed and it worked really well for me. It is a brushless motor, so I suspect that it's going to last a long time, although I have no way to validate that. I just got the machine a few weeks ago. I wanted to play with it, and I did a good piece of my truck. I did the tailgate. I put some work in on this thing before I wanted to show you guys, because one of my things is, man, when I bring a product in here, if I don't like it and it doesn't work well, I don't want to show you guys. That's it, man. End the story on that one. So this one, after playing with it, I've realized some of you guys have reached out to me and said, Jeremy, I want to do some polishing, but man, I don't want to spend $500-600 on a professional polisher. So I thought, man, this actually would be a good fit for the channel. Now, who is this for? I feel like this is for the guy on the weekend that wants to do his car, his family's car, you know, maybe some friends. Maybe you want to go out in the driveway and just polish a little tonight, a little tomorrow. However you want to do it, man, this is a good piece of kit for you. Now, if you're a professional detailer or you want to be a professional detailer, I would consider getting a plugged version that plugs into the wall. You can run this thing for hours. It's the Cadillac Lambo of polishers, and I'll leave a link to the Rupes down there too, and all the Rupes products. So today I was using Rupes de Coarse, Rupes de Fine, and I used the pads that came with the polisher, and man, it did a good job overall. I don't really have anything else to say about it. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. If you want me to continue to bring tools in here that I think would be useful to you guys, I like doing it, I'll do that too. Just let me know down below. And man, have you subscribed? If you haven't, man, come on, right there. Hit that button, join the team. And anybody that has any questions about this polisher, any products I used, or anything in my shop, feel free to leave it down below, and I try my hardest to get back to you guys as quick as I can. All right, other than that, man, I gotta do it, man. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna have this in the shop. I'm gonna leave it in here, I'm gonna beat it up, I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna abuse it, and if and when I have an update for you, I'll be sure and update you, but I got a feeling it's gonna be around for a while. It's a cool little tool, man. All right, so here we go. Yeah, the Popoman. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah.